I want to give you 2 questions that will lead to great conversations. You know, so many times in our lives we're trying to engage with a person and we can find that the conversation turns a little awkward. We don't know what to say. We don't know what to focus on. We become a little self-focused. And I think there's 2 simple questions that will help you to get past those awkward moments, to really engage with the person and really get to know them better. And this will help you to build rapport, to deepen relationships. And as I suggest these 2 questions, not only with the stranger you may meet on the street, but also with your spouse, with your best friend, to deepen that relationship and get to know them in a better way. My challenge to you is to become more smooth and less awkward in your conversations with others. And as you work toward being more smooth and enjoyable in your conversations, you need to realize that the goal is not to be awkward. We can become so self-focused in our conversation. And we tend to worry about not being awkward and having those times of silence that can be kind of painful and awkward. And it's important to embrace that, to realize in any conversation there's going to be some downtime, there's going to be some times where you leave a pause in the conversation, and that's a normal part of a conversation. So your goal can't be to not be awkward. Your goal has to be to get to know the person, to deepen the relationship, and that's where these 2 questions come in. And make sure you stay for both questions, because both of these are equally important and will really increase the skill that you have engaging in conversation. There's a verse of Proverbs 20 verse 5. It says, "The purpose in a man's heart is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out." That's what the goal has to be in our conversations, that we engage with somebody not to fill up the empty space, but to really draw out their knowledge, their understanding, who they are. We need to become investigators. We need to become people that are so interested in somebody else that we really want to elicit and draw out all about their life, all about their interest, all about who they are, all about their experiences and their thoughts and their beliefs. And that needs to be the goal. And so as we look at these 2 questions I'm going to lay out, these 2 questions are key to developing that conversation skill and to developing a real deeper understanding and a rapport with the other person. The first question then is, what can I learn about this person? That word "about" is key in the conversation. We need to go into any conversation asking that question, what can I learn about them? I want to get to know them. I want to know their history, what they've gone through in their life. What kind of person is this? What are their priorities? What are the things that interest them? When we engage with somebody, we need to have that attitude of drawing out the information, to want to be an expert about them and understand who they are. You know, people love to talk about themselves. I don't mean that in an egotistical way, but as you engage with somebody, probably those people that had asked you questions and gave you a chance to share about yourself, you found those were enjoyable questions. It can set you at ease because you know about yourself, you know about your history, you know about the experiences that you've had in your life and about the things that you think and what you hope for in the future. And because people like to talk about their own experiences, their own thoughts, their own beliefs, they are eager to engage in conversation. And that, as I said, will put them at ease because they're on familiar ground sharing about themselves. So begin to think about that. What can I learn about this person? What can I learn about their feelings? What can I learn about their thoughts? What can I learn about their beliefs? What can I learn about their actions? And think in terms of the past, from when they were children to growing up, their teenage years, the young adult years, the present. What are they going through right now? What are their thoughts right now? What are their experiences right now related to work, related to home life, related to relationships? So you focus on the past, you focus on the present, and then you focus on the future. What are their hopes and aspirations? What are their dreams? What are their plans for the future? All those ideas focus on that central, easy idea of what can I learn about the person. And as you enter into that conversation and as the other person begins to share about themselves, make sure that you chime in there, because this is also an opportunity for you to share about yourself. There may be experiences they've had from childhood, issues that they're going through right now that may resonate with you, and you may be able to share something about yourself. Remember, this is building a relationship. It's not just not being awkward. And so it allows them to open up about themselves and look for those avenues where you then can open up and share about yourself. What are your beliefs? What are your thoughts? What are your dreams? I tell you, if you just focus on that question, what can I learn about the person? That will take you very far in the conversation, because you will develop a better understanding of who they are so that you can encourage them, so that you know more about them, and there's more of a connection between the two of you. So the first question is, what can I learn about them? Now, the second question, this is an exciting one for me, is what can I learn from them? This is so exciting because whenever we interact with anybody, it's not just about those awkward pauses. I begin to ask myself the question, what are the experiences they've had? What are the trainings that they've had? What are the jobs they've had? What are the relationships they've had? Where are the places they've lived? That not only I can understand so I know about them, but also what can I learn from them, from the jobs they've had, from the training they've had, from their education, from their experiences, from the different places they've lived? And really go into it with the attitude of that idea that I want to learn and benefit from the other person. And this is part of what makes a conversation so wonderful, that you are interacting with another person, you're learning about them, but you're also learning from them, that you can step away from the conversation maybe knowing something that you never knew before, thinking about something that you never thought before. This is why I love to engage with people in any number of conversations, even at times on issues that I may not agree with. And I don't argue with them, I don't defend. I want to learn from them, learn from their perspective, why they believe what they believe. And I find often that I can walk away from that conversation a better person with a better perspective, having had that attitude of learning from them. And you know, along the way, as they're sharing and you are gathering information and learning from them, make sure that you chime in too, because you have areas that you've learned in. You've had experiences that maybe you could share with them and that they can benefit from. I tell you, if you really focus on those two questions, what can I learn about this person and what can I learn from them, you are going to be a conversational master. It takes practice. It takes time to develop that. But when you have that heart of drawing out information, as that verse said, then you will be well on your way to being an engaging conversationalist. You know, would you just take a second and subscribe to the channel? That gives my channel more visibility and you'll be notified when a new video comes out. You know, as you think about the second half of your life and you have that attitude, the best is yet to be, part of the enjoyment of life is getting to know other people, learning about them and learning from them. That is part of what makes life so rich and enhanced as you get into the second part of your life. So go to it with vigor, whether it's your husband and your wife and you just want to sit down and practice this, and maybe you'll learn things that you've never learned before from them, or maybe it's a complete stranger that you meet on the street or in a restaurant. Engage with them, practice these skills and these two questions, and you will find yourself enjoying life and connecting with other people so that you can say the best is yet to be.